Coming up next, she's the world's coolest wife.
Looks like you're Mrs. Brady.
Did Mrs. Brady have a tattoo?
And he's radio's wildest shock jock.
We're talking about the perfect storm of butt butane.
Kevin is going to light one of his farts.
That was like a human Hindenburg.
An all-new Rock Me Baby. Coming up next at 9/8 Central.
We're here with Otis Cox, the future captain of the Olympic swinging team.
And his gruff but lovable Russian coach, Yakov Volotsky. When the oldest first come to me, he was like child. His neck was weak like a well drink in a strip joint.
And father was weirdo with accent.
Wow, look at this. Last time I saw you bake was when you forgot to put on sunscreen in Cancun.
Yeah, that was a bad day to go to the nude beach.
Yeah, although it was fun applying lotion to all of your cheeks.
Here, try one of these. They're from my mommy group.
Wow, you're really putting yourself out for these women.
Yeah, well, I want to make a good impression.
You're really good. Hey, look what Otis has done.
He's spitting up, just like his daddy. That bad, huh?
No, I was just gonna regurgitate it and feed it to Otis like a baby bird. Yeah, after that, I'm gonna teach him how to poop on people.
Yeah, I think he's got that one down. I'm never going to impress these women.
What are you so worried about?
This is important, Jimmy. I don't have any mommy friends yet. I could learn a lot from these women. You know, they know where the best baby stores are and preschools and pediatricians. It's like the mommy mafia. I really want them to like me, and I'm not exactly your typical mom.
What, are you kidding? Look, you put on a blonde mullet wig, it's like you're Mrs. Brady.
Did Mrs. Brady have a tattoo?
Yes. She had a Sam the Butcher tattoo on her butt. You didn't see that episode?
I can't believe I'm actually nervous about this. I feel like it's the first day of high school, and I'm not stuffing my bra or telling everyone that the zit on my chin is a birthmark.
Honey, relax, okay? You're so pretty, they're gonna hate you no matter what you do. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Come on, you're not that pretty. See, that's weird, because usually people toss your cookies after they eat them.
I know we're gonna have a good time, yeah. I'm so lucky to be here. So lucky to be here.
So remember, Violent Femmes will be joining us in the studio 2 days from now, and you don't want to miss that.
Speaking of violent femmes, here's a story that might interest your wife, Jimmy. According to the latest edition of Modern Mother magazine, it says here that a stay-at-home mom has the hardest job in America.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Modern Mother magazine said that?
Yeah.
See, that's weird because this month's issue of Modern Radio Host magazine said that radio host has the hardest job in America. Right? Seriously, you know, they're right. Being a mom probably is the hardest job in the world.
How about the Sherpas, huh? Who led the expedition to the top of Mount Everest? Yeah. Or a Navy SEAL or a brain surgeon?
You know what? You're right. There are a lot of jobs that are probably tougher than being a mom.
Yeah.
What about those guys that have to clean out the porta-johns from outdoor rock concerts?
I've been in those things. I don't think that job exists.
He's your husband? Wow, that must be cool having him on the radio.
Yeah, pretty cool. Except for when we're at home and he gives me the traffic update every 6 minutes.
You're funny, too.
What an exciting job. My husband's in accounts receivable, not payable. I won't make that mistake again.
We should all go out to eat sometime. Hey, your husband can entertain us.
Oh, and yours could divide the bill.
No, see, that would be payable.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Kevin is going to light one of his farts. In a little segment we like to call Masterpiece Theater. Now, Kevin, tell us, what have you done to prepare for this upcoming Zorch?
Well, for the past 5 days, I've eaten nothing but pizza, burritos, Indian food, and dark beer. Oh, and light beer. Oh, and regular beer.
Okay, so basically, we're talking about the perfect storm of butt butane.
So, Kevin, is Mount Krakatoa ready to blow?
Dude, I'm like the Alaskan pipeline. I have an endless supply of natural gas.
Kevin lies on the floor, buttocks held high, cheeks akimbo. He lights his lighter and...
Fire in the hole!
Oh, the humanity! That was like a human Hindenburg.
Yeah, congratulations, Kevin. Congratulations. That has to be the largest Zorch I've ever seen. You must be very proud.
Oh, yes, I am. And I just want to say to all you kids out there, if you have a dream, you go for it. Don't listen to your parents when they call you a stupid, fat, lazy, zit-faced pile of crap.
Oh, and a special shout out to Mom and Dad. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Okay, let's go to the phones. Corey in Denver.
Dude, that was hilarious. Me and my frat brothers are listening, and you've inspired us. Tonight, we're going to throw out some chili and have a Zorch contest of our own.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. We're passing the Zorch from one generation to the next.
All right. Here's a little inspiration from Violent Femmes. This is Blister in the Sun.
When I'm out walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out.
I was so embarrassed. I'm hanging out with a group of moms I barely know, and everyone's getting along, and then we start listening to my husband on the radio, and the whole thing blows up in my face.
Well, hey, mine too. Kevin singed my eyebrows. I mean, look, it wasn't my proudest hour, but I am paid to entertain 18 to 35-year-old guys. That's our audience. And like it or not, they think lighting farts is funny.
So do I, as long as it's done tastefully.
Well, none of the moms in my group thought it was funny.
You know, I'm worried about you. I don't want you hanging out with these women.
Pam, you don't even know them.
No, but I do know that they don't think butt blasters are funny. And that scares me.
The other moms had a point. A lot of kids listen to Jimmy's show, and they're easily influenced.
All right, that's it. I'm going to this mommy's group with you tomorrow.
You can't.
Why not?
Because you're not a mommy.
Well, I've been a groupie. Look, Beth, I don't want to lose my friend to these women. I've always been there for you, and I always will be.
Oh, Pam, I appreciate that you care.
Ooh, not now, Lotto time.
Look, baby, I'm sorry if the other moms were offended, but if they don't like it, they shouldn't listen to the show.
It's not just being offensive. You encourage those guys to have a Zorch contest.
We didn't encourage them, we inspired them. You know, it's like John Elway leading a comeback drive. He's winning games, we're lighting flames. Same thing.
Damn. Tuesday, my VCR breaks. Yesterday, I get a parking ticket. Today, I don't win the lottery. I can't catch a break this week.
All I'm saying is it's not just you and me anymore. What would you say if I told you that Otis heard you on the radio and torched his tushy?
I'd say, why do I always miss the golden moments? Beth, come on, honey. It was a harmless prank. No one got hurt.
Hey, guys, come over here and check this out.
A dozen Denver area college students have been admitted to local hospitals with rectal burns. The students set fire to their own gas at the suggestion of Denver radio hosts Jimmy and Carl.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
The students say they were encouraged by Denver radio team Jimmy and Carl. All of the young men were treated and released with singed sphincters. Live from Boulder, I'm Colin Burns.
Now what do you think?
I think it's fantastic. Do you know how many times I'll get to say sphincter tomorrow?
It is a funny word.
Is that what kind of father you want to be, Jimmy? A dad who gets excited because he can say sphincter?
Geez, you put it that way, you just make it sound so stupid.
Okay, I've got a gig. I'm gonna let you two fight over the sphincter.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, but this is my job.
Is that what you'll tell Otis? It's just Daddy's job? Some men solve world hunger or fight for peace in the Middle East. Your daddy encourages kids to burn their butts. It's his calling.
What's the big deal? You didn't have a problem when we had Kevin pretend he was a slot machine and eat all those quarters.
Well, that had a funny payoff. And besides, we weren't parents then. If you did that today, I wouldn't think it was funny either. Would you laugh if it was Otis who had a singed sphincter?
I'm sorry, it's just a funny word.
Oh. Obviously, you don't want to listen.
Okay, maybe we cross the line of good taste a little.
No, you crossed the line and then you set it on fire with a fart. Look, maybe you think it's okay, but I don't want Otis growing up and acting like that.
Well, I guess we'll have to rethink tomorrow's naked bacon cooking contest. And remember, tomorrow, Violent Femmes will be joining us in the studio.
Yes, yes. And coming up, Channel 3 News will be interviewing us on Denver's most explosive news story. The Zorchgate scandal, right here at the core. Oh, Kevin, look, we want to use you in the interview. Hey, you got another Zorch in you?
My ass is at your disposal. You know what I mean?
Hey, Carl?
Yeah?
I'm thinking maybe we should cancel the interview.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not proud of what we did on the show yesterday.
Oh, but you're proud of Flash Your Boobs Friday.
Well, yeah, that's just good radio. Come on, I think we may have reached a new low with this one.
A new low? Dude, we were written up in both the morning papers. Every TV station in town talked about us on the news last night. And parent groups are protesting. You can't buy that kind of publicity.
Yeah, but people burnt their butts because of us, Carl. Okay, we need to rectify the situation.
Rectify. That's good, that's good. We should use that in the interview.
I said I'm not doing it.
Okay, yesterday you were fine with this.
I know, but I was talking to Beth last night.
Oh, man.
What? Come on, I have a kid now. I don't know if I should be doing bits like this anymore.
Jimmy, doing bits like this is what got us where we are. Come on, man, you gotta do this interview.
Hey, if I do the interview, I'm just gonna say that we regret setting such a bad example for kids.
Okay, you're not doing the interview. I'll do the talking, you shut your pie hole, and you open your blowhole.
I know babies are supposed to spit up, but I'm starting to think Otis is bulimic.
I was bulimic in college.
Oh, well, so was I, usually after a cake party.
Beth, over here. I forgot to tell you, we have a new mom joining us today.
Hi, ladies.
This is Monica, Amy, Karen, and another Beth.
Oh, another Beth. Well, that's funny. You'd think your mom and dad would have just named you Beth.
What are you doing here?
I told you, I'm here to check out the mommies. Sorry I'm late, ladies. My son just woke up from a nap.
Oh, he's a boy.
Uh-huh.
Can I see him?
No, he's sleeping.
But I thought you said he just woke up from a nap.
He sleeps a lot. I'm starting to think he's narcoleptic.
So, Beth, I saw your husband on the news last night.
My husband? Did they finally catch his ass?
No, the other Beth's husband?
Oh, my bad.
Her husband is on the radio. He's one of the guys from that Jimmy and Carl show.
Oh, I heard that show yesterday. It was so vulgar.
I already said that I was embarrassed.
Well, I don't blame you. It really does set a terrible example for kids.
Yeah. I can't believe this is the man that's gonna raise your child. I bet he never even spends time with that baby or shows him any love or helps out around the house. Probably spends all his time at work.
Oh, they're all like that. And when they're not at work, they're playing golf.
Yeah, and they care more about their car getting its oil changed than you getting your oil changed.
At least you get your oil changed. I'd be happy if mine pulled into the garage once in a while.
Yeah, well, I ran mine off because he was pulling into the neighbor's garage.
Well, actually, Jimmy's pretty good in the garage. Can we stop comparing our bodies to garages? Can't we come up with a more mature term like the funhouse?
Well, don't you worry that he's gonna be a bad role model?
No. I mean, yes, Jimmy does some stupid stuff on the radio, but that's his job. He's a great husband. And the world's greatest father. And he has the t-shirt and coffee mug to prove it. You know, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go tell him.
Funhouse? Well, I'm gonna go too.
Wait, your baby!
Huh? Oh, you can keep it.
Okay, if what we did brings about the resurgence of the lost American art form known as Zorching, then we've done our job.
So what has the reaction been from your listeners?
Well, let's go to the phones and see. Todd and Greeley, you're on with Jimmy and Carl.
Yeah. I work at a meat packing plant. I listen to your show every day. I just want to say that listening to you guys makes slaughtering thousands of defenseless cattle a lot more fun.
Howard in Denver, you're on with Jimmy and Carl.
Yeah, hi. I'm a proctologist here in town, and I listened to your show yesterday.
Ah, okay. Now we're going to hear the other side of the coin. I know what you're going to say, Doctor. What we did yesterday injured people's butts, and you see injured butts every day, so we should be more responsible about what we say in the future.
No. I was going to say that I had just come out of 10 hours of emergency surgery, and your show made me laugh my tail off.
It did. Okay, well, thanks, Doctor. If you were here, I'd shake your hand.
I wouldn't advise it.
Okay, Bess in Evergreen, you're on with Jimmy and Carl.
Hi, I'm a mom, and my son and I listen to your show every day.
And how old is your son, Bess?
4 months, and he's a big fan of yours.
Mm-hmm. But you're worried that our show will be a bad influence on him as he grows older, and you want us to stop with the sophomoric humor?
No, I think your show is great.
You do? Really?
Yeah. And when my son grows up, I want him to be just like you.
Well, all right. Well, thank you, Bess. It sounds like you are certainly someone who is sexually satisfied at home. So a big kudos to that love god you call your husband.
Yes, my husband does keep me satisfied. It's amazing what a man can do with a small penis.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know about that, but thanks for the call.
Well, looks like our little show did some good, too, huh, Jimmy?
Yep, Carl, maybe we are doing some good. I mean, we're not saving people's lives, but we're making them a little brighter. And not just with flaming asses, with clever humor. All right, with humor.
Okay, we're back, and we're honored to have Violent Femmes live in our KHOR studios tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, not only are these guys great musicians, but they're also great guys. I told them about our listeners who burned themselves because of our show, and they agreed to put on this concert for the ass burn victims who are all here in the studio today. Stand up and take a bow, fellas. Okay, now before we start, I want to say one thing to our younger listeners out there. Just because some guy on the radio tells you to do something doesn't mean you have to. I mean, would you bite your friend's nose if I said to? Ow, dude! There's always one. Yeah. Okay. All I'm trying to say is use your head, okay? Or as my dad told me every day when I was a kid, don't be an idiot.
All right. So let's get this thing started. Give it up for Violent Femmes.
You hear that, Otis? Don't be an idiot.
Well, unless you're a professional idiot, like your daddy.
I'd like to dedicate this first song to all the guys who burn their asses.
Yeah.
It's a song by Johnny Cash. It's called Ring of Fire.
Yeah!
Oh, this burning thing, it makes a fiery ring, bound by wild desire. Oh, after a ring of fire, I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. The taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child. Oh, but the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire.
Hi, I'm Dan Cortese. On tonight's episode of Rock Me Baby, we had a lot of fun with the lighting of farts. But in real life, lighting farts is no laughing matter. Each year, hundreds of Americans are burned while attempting to light a Zorch. Backdraft is the leading cause, followed by too much hair. The men performing the Zorches on tonight's episode were trained professionals. No actual anuses were injured making the show. So please, don't try this at home.
Stay tuned for an all-new episode of The Mullets next. UPN next Tuesday. These new parents need a night out.
We could have a party or something.
Like real grown-up conversation.
And Jell-O shots.
Yes.
Now they're gonna party with a little help from their friends.
Look at these misfits. This place looks like a 7-Eleven after midnight.
In all new Rock Me Baby. UPN next Tuesday, 9/8 Central.